help others improve their performance. So here we have 57 activities to reinforce your chemical process safety approach. An emergency management response with 38 for a total of 360 work activities, just managing the risk. And finally, we have learned from experience. We know that the most easy way to learn is from applying the best practices out there in the industry, the learnings that you have from your own incidents and near misses, using those near misses to understand what's happening to prevent them from happening again, and lessons learned from other organizations. So the elements here are the incident investigation with 40 of those work activities, measurement and metrics with 19, which is a very weak area, and most of the regulations are there for process safety management. Auditing with 30, management review and continuous improvement with 19. And this is an area of leadership. This is management review and continuous improvement is the area where the leaders of the organization need to know exactly what's happening in the field. I found a big disconnect between what's happening in the field and what the leadership think that's happening. And this particular element allows you to implement a program that will keep management aware of what's really happening and how to improve your process in the field. So it's a big process. You have the 4 elements, the 4 principles in 20 elements. And then within those elements, 660 work activities. Now, I'm just going to give you 2 examples just to finish. One of them is develop procedures and checklists to guide inspection, testing, repair, and critical maintenance activities. You say, well, they should have it. Well, my experience is no. You know, organizations have certain critical maintenance procedures, but they lack either complete testing protocols or complete critical maintenance activities. There's a lot of areas of improvement in asset integrity and reliability. Implement controls to ensure integration of contractor workers into the workforce involvement. We all work very hard to develop a protocol, activities to allow the employees to participate in your process. Most of the time we forget about the contractors. We allow have a system to bring them on board, provide some basic training, but actually integrating them, utilizing their experience and their field presence to prevent catastrophic events. There's work activities that needs to be developed in this area. A list of relevant process safety standards applied to your process. I go to a facility and ask them, what are the rules and regulations that applies to your process? They tell me the law. What else? Tell me manufacturer's recommendation. Tell me about best industry best practice. I self-identify a complete list. And so this work activity gives you guidance how to prepare that. The stakeholder outreach, how to deal with your neighbors and with the authorities before you have the incident. All the plans and activities to have good relationship with your neighbors. That's one of the work activities. So why is this standard or this approach a good one? Well, I'm comparing here risk-based process safety, just an example. 7 of these elements against OSHA process safety management, ISO, OSHA, and Seveso. And you see here, for example, in process safety management that only 1 of those 7 is addressed by the OSHA regulation. So this is a lot more than minimum requirement. And the same thing with the ISO and the OSHA. There's 3 of them not covered. Seveso don't cover 3. So, I mean, risk-based process safety provides the framework for the new generation of process safety management. And it covers a lot more and provides more information than any other regulation that's there today. So I've been asked, how can we improve process safety? That's the #1 question that leadership asks me, managers, board of directors. And I say, well, how much do you know about your process safety? Are you sure that the information you're getting is not being filtered and it's being modified? And are you getting the real picture of what's happening in the field? And I would say that the best response to how can you improve your process safety performance is based on this thought here. that actions express priorities. More than talk, more than paper, more than advertisement, more than that are the actions taken by the organization that express the priority of chemical process safety. And the only way that we're going to prevent future catastrophic events is through these actions. I've been asked by the program to remind you that it's important to participate in this session's evaluation, and you have a conference kit where you can provide your feedback, also online and through the email reminder you're going to get at the end of the session. Thank you for your attention. And I have 1 minute and 52 seconds available for a question. But I'm going to be available here the next 2 days, and I will be glad to expand a little bit more on some of these concepts. I know there's a lot of information to take, but the invitation is to learn a little bit more about the risk-based process safety approach. That's a voluntary approach to improve performance for hazardous chemicals. Thank you.
Rixio, would you like to take a question or two from the audience? Since, yes, time allows for a couple of questions.
Oh, I got 40 minutes back again. No. Yes, please.
Yeah, Mr. Medina, I have a question. In the umbrella that is shown, you have said hazard identification and risk management as two separate sort of pillars. Why can't it be one, risk management? If you go back to your... Go back to the, on the pillars.
Oh, the pillars.
Yeah, still go back. Yeah.
Well, manage risk.
The first slide of this, one.
Oh, the first pillar.
Yeah. Still back. Yeah. So why do you have hazards, understanding hazards and managing risk as separate pillar? Because it's all, you understand the hazard and you take
yeah. Good question. And the emphasis on the second pillar is to understand your problem, the hazards, and then what hazards you got, and then do the risk assessment, understand if you can eliminate those hazards or manage the risk. And then the second one is to actually take the actions that will resolve the problems you have identified in the second pillar. The second pillar is dedicate your time and effort in understanding what is your hazard, what are the risks, evaluate them, and then, okay, how can you eliminate, mitigate, control is managing the risk. It's the application of the activities to address the second one. So it's to put a lot of emphasis on the hazard identification, where for majority of the cases we are weak. We really don't concentrate a lot of time on the accident prevention effort by doing the risk assessment, risk analysis. But they're all connected. They're connected. Yeah, but again, that's on the learn. Learn from experience where you audit and you review. But the second one is a lot of effort in evaluating. The third one is, okay, control it, eliminate it, control it, do whatever you need to do to take care of the second pillar. And then the third pillar, one of the components is audit, and the other one is management review. And audit is totally different of management review. Audit is the typical compliance audit every 3 years or so. Management review is an ongoing process, continuous process to prevent those particular issues to become a catastrophe or a problem later on. Yes, sir.
So I want to seek your views on the role of the insurance companies in ensuring that the right procedures are followed, because you spoke about the priority that the board of directors place on safety or the lack of it, whichever way. But they all understand the language of dollars. Now, what is the role played by insurance companies in your experience across process plants across the world?
I'm sorry, what's the last part?
The insurance companies.
Yes.
What level of influence do they have in ensuring that the right safety practices are followed in terms of starting from design onwards onto?
Yeah, I understand your question, and I think the insurance company can provide help identifying potential areas of improvement, but nobody knows better the process and the problem than the operators. Nobody from the outside is going to come and tell the operators the right way to operate and what the safeguards they need, because they know that. But I think the insurance companies, underwriters, and all the loss control people can help a lot. Reviewing an independent review, unbiased review, very important, to tell the operator, well, you say you're doing this, and in fact, this is what's happening in the field, and here's my evidence, my findings, and I can demonstrate that that's the way it's been done. So I think we need to use all the tools in the toolbox. The loss control people is one important component of that.
Good what you have shown, Shivkumar from Reliance. So we have implemented this system, of course, with the help of DuPont. I mean, the content-wise, more or less same. We have maybe they have 8 pillars and about 16 elements.
Yes.
But the only thing, even after doing all this, what you have written, we identify hazard or risk, you manage the risk, you have all things done, you have incident investigation, learn from experience and all. But the issue we are facing, that's where the problem is sustaining it. See, we do everything has been done, well training, every this one. But the point is, how do you control, how do you sustain it?
Yeah.
That's the crucial, which we are right now, of course, working on it. And that's one area, possibly one should think further on that.
And I understand that. Let me tell you how I did it. When I was the officer of the corporation responsible for 10 refineries and 200 operating units in different parts of the nation, I went to work every day with the thought that something bad was going to happen today. I did not take for granted. I did not live on the glories of prior years and understanding that everything is okay. I worked very hard in eliminating complacency and eliminating being blinded by success. I think that's one of the problems. We take for granted that we have done all, there's nothing else we can do, and everything is working well. And that's when the program starts to deteriorate. So I understand your problem. This is it's a process, it's forever. And one of the problems has been approached as an engineering project. Engineers were trained in a project, beginning and an end, okay? And okay, it's finished. No, this is never finished. This is forever. And there's always opportunity for improvement. So it's a big challenge for the leadership. And I think you have to guard yourself against those behaviors of we are the best in the industry, nothing can happen to us.
Thank you very much, Rixio. We would
Thanks.
like to thank our presenter
Thank you.
for a great job. Stay here for a second. We'll give you a little gift.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Rixio.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is totally unprepared, and Rixio does know that I'm going to make it public. But I wanted to tell you just one brief statement that it's because of the individuals that we are able to make a difference. And Rixio is not only a fantastic presenter, safety professional, but he is a very great individual. I wanted to let you know that ASSE had been requested to provide technical publications for our members for sale to make it available for our Indian members. So we brought those books here at a discount, but Rixio actually contributed his private funds to be able to ship those books to India. So a round of applause. I know, Rixio, that... And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a break. I would like to invite you to the next door hall. This is our expo hall, where Michael Belcher will inaugurate our expo. Food and drinks will be served there as well. And we will see you back in this hall at 11 o'clock to continue with our program. Thank you.